Podcast, man. I'm here with Victor Hinjosa, and we're talking Venom Fest right over there, man. And Victor, thanks a lot, man, for doing this with me, man.
My pleasure.
Thanks
Yes,
for having
sir.
me in your home, and thanks for you know going to get my ass in San Antonio.
Thank you for being a sponsor, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
It was
man.
a long drive today.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It was 9 hour total.
yeah. On your end, yeah, you had to go here from here to there, and and back. So I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Yes,
But hey, man, we're just gonna go with this. This is my first YouTube thing, so we're just gonna go with it and see where the road takes us. I'm gonna have some fun little stuff here at the end here, and
yes, sir.
we're just gonna have some fun, man.
Awesome.
Cool. So, man, so tell me, man, about yourself, man. What got you into being in the music scene, and tell me your background a little bit.
Well, my background, I'm from South Texas. I'm from the 361 originally. I was born in Corpus Christi. Grew up in a small town called Beeville, Texas, 78102, right in between San Antonio and Corpus. And I kind of have been really intrigued with rock and roll my whole life. I know my bio dad had gotten me into Ozzy, Dokken, Quiet Riot, Queensryche, and
The classics.
yeah, all the classics back in the day. And then kind of started with Slipknot when I was 8 years old, and then getting grounded and spanked and thrown in my room for listening to devil music. But then I kind of kept being stubborn and turned into El Nino after Freddy versus Jason, and then Guitar Hero 2 with All That Remains 6 kind of got me kind of into it, man. But I really didn't get really involved in the music until I think I told you this later when we were at Fitz last month. But I really after COVID, during the COVID pandemic, I was really not in a good mental health state. I dropped out of school. I dropped out of my PhD program at Tech. I was in a very bad place mentally, but I knew that the only thing that could really help me was the genre of music that I loved, and that was heavy metal music. And so my very first show that I went following the pandemic was at Come and Take It Live, and it featured Tala and All That Remains and Miss May I. And it was a great show. And I remember after that show, not only is Phil Labonte one of my favorite vocalists ever of all time, I would really love to meet him one day. But that show really just made me think that I could still go to live music. I really enjoyed live music. And then I got involved in the local West Texas metal scene, starting with Local Palooza 2022, when I met a lot of great bands, including a Soothsayer from Abilene, Texas,
Shout out.
who I hope will be at the second Venom Fest in a few months. But ever since then, man, for the past 2 years, it just started with kind of hanging out with a lot of different bands, and then all of a sudden just clicked, and I said, why the hell don't I just try to do this myself? And we had been planning Snakeye promotions and planning, this will be our 7th show that we've done in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm either crazy, stupid, or really smart. So,
we'll go with the latter on that one.
I hope so. Yeah, I don't know if some other people would agree, but I mean, that's really how it started, man. I mean, and there's a lot more. I'm really trying to keep this as concise as possible, but really it just started with my mental health, just really wanting to trying to help myself, because I know it was a lot of people were in a bad state of mind during that time, financially, mental health wise. So music, heavy metal especially, helped me get me where I am today.
Awesome, man. Yeah, man. And I can touch base with you on all that, man. The reason why I got into all this podcasting stuff too, it was because of my mental health, and because of doing the thing that I love to do is go out to heavy metal shows and get to know bands and stuff like that. So so it works out, man. It all works out in the end.
Yes, sir.
So and well, this is kind of all the stuff I ask bands and stuff. So, do you play music?
I dabble a little bit in music. I think probably within the next. I think you probably need to ask Hunter Harrelson that question, but I think you might see Victor Hinjosa maybe grab a microphone or step into the studio and start practicing his vocal skills.
Nice.
I think maybe in the future you see
Cool.
you might see Victor Hinjosa maybe be a vocalist in a single coming out maybe this December or January. And
we'll keep an eye out on that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
haven't been on stage since I was 17 years old, but as a vocalist. But you know what? Sometimes you got to come back. So 17 years later, you may see me back on stage again soon.
There you go. Awesome. Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, man. Let me see here. We're going with it. We're doing what we do.
We're rolling with it.
Oh man. Let's see. Is there a song that you wish or is there a song out there that you are a fan of that really gets you thinking that I wish I would have wrote that song.
Oh man, put me on the spot. Oh, is there a song like I really love that I wish I had credit to write?
Right,
oh,
right.
Oh man, there's so many. I guess the very first one. I mean, a lot of people are gonna probably really judge me for this, but I think I really there was an old band back in the day that when I really started getting into that early 2000s metalcore, which I think is probably the best era for metalcore. And then till after the 2010s when it kind of dipped down a little bit. But there was a band back in the day called Chromium ZA, and they were a band out of South Africa, and they were very active. You can catch some of their stuff on YouTube, but there's a song called Ex Amino, Examino. You should check that song out. Ex Amino by Chromium. Go on YouTube. That song I really wish I had written, because when I heard that song when I was 17, again going back to my early years, you know, that song really resonated with me, and it's an anthem of mine that still kind of hits me hard, you know, 17 years later. I wish that was mine. So I'll be playing it right now.
Right. Awesome, man. Very cool.
Yes, sir.
And let me see, what else? I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. So what made you want to get into like the whole? I mean, I think you kind of touched on this earlier, but the whole promoting thing. I mean, it takes this, you know, it takes a special somebody to handle what you and I've been seeing you in action pretty much all day, and you know, on the phone and this and that, and you know, and on the, you know, Facebook and all that good stuff, man. And me, I'm just sitting back and watching, you know, because you know, and we had conversations all throughout the day about all of it, man. And I'm just thinking, you know, just why did you want to go in that route? You know, a lot of guys, you know, want to play music or you know want to play an instrument or something. You want to do getting the other bands to play for you. What got you motivated into doing that?
A couple things. I think the first thing is I have a lot of sales and retail experience, so I'm a salesman. I'm pretty persuasive. I'm pretty damn charming. I'm very likable. So I think it was just my skill at just being an attractive individual to be able to try to market the way I wanted to. You know, I saw a lot of bands in the scene when I first came here that had a lot of great potential, but I don't think they either don't see it or they don't realize it or they're just lazy. I really wanted to kind of give those bands a chance to really kind of see what their potential was. And a lot of times that just came with, you know, trying to provide some type of marketing skills that I had. You know, I don't have a degree in marketing. My degree is in political science, but, you know, which is why I'm not afraid to blow up the smoke in politics in this industry. So if any of y'all want to try to play with me in politics, you're barking up the wrong tree. But no, it was just, I mean, hey man, I come with a warning label. But no, it just came with me wanting to do my own method. And because I'm a very stubborn individual, I don't like being told what to do. I like kind of, you know, seeing how everybody does something, including certain promoters that do bond shows right now. And I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. That's kind of boring and lame. And I think I could do something better. And alongside, you know, you just have, you know, some promoters that have been here for decades and decades, and they just don't see that fresh look and the fresh way to kind of expose and market their shows, you know, with the advancement in technology and stuff. So I think it's just me trying to change the game and just kind of trying to rewrite the rules. You know, when people told me, oh, you could never have a great show with, you know, you need at least 3 locals if you're doing a show for the first time. I only had 1 or 2 and we had a great show. So I think it's like proving people wrong. I think people kind of had the stereotype, the impression that there are certain norms or certain things of doing things in this industry, and I basically take a giant crap on all of those norms, and I just try to do it myself. And I think, you know, we've done very well. You know, we've done really well in the past, you know, 8 weeks. We're booked all the way until December, and I think I'm doing pretty good at trying to change some of those rules, man.
Yeah,
you know,
good, man.
Eventually it's going to step on a lot of bigger toes, but I'm ready for that. You know, I'm ready to take down the giants.
Yeah,
so.
and like I said earlier in the truck, man, it's a dog eat dog, man. And
yes, sir.
You got to be the bigger dog with the bigger bite, you know. So,
yes, sir.
And that's the way it goes, man. It's just it ain't personal. It's just business.
Absolutely.
That's all it is. But you know, man, we've been having a lot of fun today, man, and getting to know each other and having fun and you know just trying to just. Get a feel for all of this and just like you, man. I know I'm nervous as shit for tomorrow.
You're nervous.
I know you're nervous.
You're nervous,
but you know I'm nervous too, man. And I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna have some good bands on this show, man. And,
we have a lot of great bands.
And you know, and a lot of these are going to be a lot of first timers for me too. So
yes, sir.
And we also got, you know, some old friends coming by, and Victera and Dying Within, and Hunter's going to be with his new band Lifeless. And you know, just I'm just so proud of the fact that I get to know you and I get to know all these bands that are coming through the music scene, and it's a refreshing take on a lot of that
Absolutely.
stuff, man. And you're doing a hell of a job
Appreciate
promoting it, man. And it's a great deal, man. All right, man. We're gonna do some fun stuff now, man.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, some fun stuff. Name your favorite metal or rock album and why.
Oh gosh.
I asked these
again. I'm gonna get judged. I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. I think what was the question again?
Favorite metal or rock album and why.
Okay, I would have to say, just kind of go with my foundation of my heart with where I started with metalcore. Guitar Hero 2, there's a song called 6 by All That Remains.
Mm-hmm.
Got hooked up on that. That song happened to be on the Fall of Ideals album,
Mm-hmm.
which came out in my sophomore year in high school back in 2006. The Fall of Ideals by All That Remains, I would say that album is probably one of my favorite albums. It's almost over 18 years old right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I like it is because it still resonates with me almost 20 years later. A lot of times, we mature, quote unquote, we age, we grow up physically, our lives change. But I think when we kind of go back to certain music that we kind of felt take us back to certain moments in our life, it kind of gives us a chance to kind of see how far we've come. So I think that album just really just tells me, every song of that album is about just overcoming and just finding your calling and just taking on the world. And that message still resonates with me today.
Cool, man. Cool. That's a good one. And by the way, these questions I do ask the band, so I stump them, and they're like, oh fuck.
So this is normal.
Yeah, this is normal. This is normal RTP procedure. So this is all good, man. And I usually ask 5 of these for this next question. I usually ask 5 of them, but I'm going to ask only 3.
Okay.
Name your top 3 metal bands of all time.
Oh my god. It's okay. I'm going to get judged and I'm going to say these things and be like, he doesn't know metal. He's not a promoter. He doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. I don't give a damn. Top 3 metal bands at this moment. Oh my goodness. I would have to say All That Remains. It has to be up there. Definitely fell in love with Lamb of God. All That Remains, Lamb of God, and I want to say Kill Switch Engage. Those are my Trinity 3 right now. Yeah. There are plenty more that I could give honorable mention to. You got a lot of great bands that have come a long way, but those 3 are the ones that have kind of just propelled me and just kind of, without telling me keep going, through their songs, they have told me just keep going.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Now this is the fun. The in your opinion, this is my little game show that I created a while back, man. But I'm gonna ask just a comparison and name your in your opinion which one's the best. Jackson or ESP guitars?
I like Jackson.
Jackson?
Yeah, and I'm not really a guitar guy, so people may be like, oh, he doesn't know guitars. I really don't know guitars. I see them, I think they look cool, but I like Jackson guitars personally.
Yeah, I'm a Jackson guy myself.
Nice.
Yeah. This is a tough one. Since your movie was Freddy versus Jason.
Oh gosh.
Who do you prefer, Freddy or Jason?
Jason, man. And I'm gonna tell you why, dude. Jason is my guy, dude. That guy never stops. He always comes back.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be a cross. Freddy, he's okay, but he's not my favorite. But I would have to say Jason Voorhees, but I would even include Michael Myers in there. Yeah. Jason loves his mother. Mother to die for. I'm sure like my mother would probably come back from the dead and conjure my body to fight on her behalf. So Jason's a mama's boy, number one. So that's really what I am too. But the man kicks ass. The man, he's a water guy. I'm a water guy, and he's got like 13 freaking movies out there.
Right.
Yes, sir. Right. He's gonna come back again soon.
Oh yeah, eventually.
Yes,
He'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Make sure this thing doesn't fall. Stop. Old school, Metallica or Megadeth?
I'm gonna have to say Metallica. Yes, sir.
Good choice. I'm a Metallica guy, but I like Megadeth too. So
They got some good stuff. I got to see Metallica 2017, and Avenged Sevenfold got to open up.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that was a
2017.
Yeah, San Antonio.
Yep, I was there. I was there.
Dang.
Yep.
We've been around.
Yeah, man.
We've been in a lot of places together and never really noticed that. That's pretty cool. The past like 6 years.
Yeah. That show, that 2017 was my 4th time seeing Metallica.
Oh wow, that was my first.
Yeah, that was my 4th.
Incredible.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, along the same genre here, thrash or death metal.
I like thrash.
I'm a thrash.
I enjoy a little bit of death metal and a little bit of deathcore, but I think thrash thrash has kind of been like kind of one of my
Yeah.
main genres of choice.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. I got a basketball one here.
There we go.
LeBron or Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Tim Duncan never flopped.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan never destroyed the league and made it softer. Tim Duncan just, did fundamentals, man. And he was also a great shit talker, too.
Oh, yeah.
5-time champion, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, LeBron. Can't do that.
Hell yeah. Okay, another old school one. Judas Priest or Iron Maiden?
I'm going to have to say Judas Priest, man.
Priest. All right.
Electric Eye, Painkiller,
Yes.
Turbo Lover.
Oh, yes.
I grew up with all those, man.
Yep. Hell yeah. My favorite, you just named all my favorites right there.
Some of the greatest, man.
Greatest
Love
songs
those
ever
guys.
written. And Maiden's good too. I got to see Maiden.
For sure. Yeah, I saw
Maiden's
them.
good, too.
So again, 2017, Ghost opened up for them in San Antonio.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. I know we were sitting in one the entire day, but Ford or Chevy?
No, Chevy. Chevy, man. All day. Yes, sir. Literally, today, all day.
Yeah.
Chevy, Colorado, baby. Yes,
there
sir.
There you go. And the last one, and you better get this one right.
Oh, here we go.
Richie T podcast or Joe Rogan?
Richie T.
Of course. You better say it.
Of course. Always, man.
Awesome, man. Very cool, man. Well, hey, man, Vic, this has been a fun. It's going to get fun tomorrow. And this was just the little niblet that we're giving the people, man, right now. And this is like my first YouTube thing that I'm doing, and I'm going to make more of these to come in the future. But
Yes, sir.
I'm honored that you were my first one. You broke my cherry.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. So, hey, man, I want to say thank you
Yes,
again,
sir.
man. And thanks for doing this with me. And like I say on the Richie T podcast, this isn't just my podcast, it's your podcast too.
Appreciate it.
And if you have any shout outs to your family, friends, fans, let them know.
I'm going to get emotional. I want to thank my family, my parents back home. I know this kind of drives them crazy, but I love this, and I wouldn't be anywhere without them. I just want to thank all of the people that supported me in band during high school in the drumline, because that's really where my passion for music. See, I'm gonna start crying right now. I'm not afraid to cry, damn it.
No, don't.
Real men cry.
Exactly.
But no, family, friends from high school in band that saw this seed being planted. Thank you so much. 17 years later, you're still supporting me. I appreciate that. And I just want to thank the West Texas heavy metal scene, the San Antonio heavy metal scene, the Wichita heavy metal scene, all of my friends. Y'all guys have been so great and wonderful. And I can't wait to show y'all what I can do for you. And I hope to make you proud.
And you will, brother. And thank you again, man. And you're doing a hell of a job. I'm glad to be your friend, and you are more than welcome anytime on this podcast. And thank you for helping me out too, man. And we're gonna have a kick-ass time tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Let's have a good time tomorrow.
Venom Fest.
Venom Fest 2024, Abilene, Texas, at the Zone Bar, and show kicks off at 2:00.
2:00 are the doors. 3:00 the show kicks off with Mega Gone.
All
And
right.
yeah, it's gonna be great. We go all the way until midnight, baby. So show up. It's gonna be great.
Hell yeah! And with that, this is gonna be RTP signing off, man. And thank you again. And hopefully, go out and like and subscribe this YouTube channel. There's gonna be a hell of a lot of stuff coming in the future. Not just with interviews, but we're gonna have with this weekend also. I'm gonna be filming a lot of bands that are performing there. I'm gonna be featuring them on this show. And don't forget about my audio podcast, the Richie T podcast as well. And that's going to be released on Hubhopper, Spotify, and Amazon Music as well.
Yes,
so
sir.
it's going to be out there. So stay tuned. Be on the lookout for that. And we'll see you guys fucking tomorrow. Peace.
Good deal.